My name is Mawano Kambeu, and I am the founder and managing director of Dot Com Zambia PLC. And yes, I did say PLC. It's my pleasure to share our story, one that began nearly 2 decades ago and continues to unfold today. And by the end, I hope you will join us for the next chapter of that journey as we prepare to list on the Lusaka Securities Exchange. Now, like any good story, we have to start at the beginning. And as you listen, I would like you to keep in mind what I call the 3 Ps, the 3 things every investor should consider when looking at a business: people, process, performance. Now, the people is who are the people behind the company. The process is the business model behind the company and how it operates. The performance is the evidence of what the company has delivered and why investors can have confidence in what it can achieve next. Now, they say no entrepreneurial journey is ever easy, and ours has been no exception. It has been a long road full of ups and downs and at times brutal. The story of Dot Com Zambia actually began back in 2006. I was a student in the United States, and I can tell you, a struggling one. I was in and out of school. In fact, there was almost a 10-year gap between the time I finished my grade 12 and the day I finally earned my degree. That was a tough period, just trying to survive. Now, what would later become Dot Com Zambia actually started almost by accident. Someone asked me, hey, when you come back home, can you buy something off Amazon or eBay? Then another person asked, and word got around. I once flew back home with Katundu, and the ZRA officers started pulling car rims out of my bags, one after the other. And they were giving me that look like, Iwe, are you for real? And I can tell you my first formal customer was Blockbuster Video back in 2006. And that's how it began. What started as a small informal side hustle grew into an early version of a business that would one day become Dot Com Zambia. Over the years, we evolved from early online shopping to e-commerce to technology such as bus ticketing. That idea came from a frustrating personal experience I had at Intercity bus station, and it led me to try and build a better system. And over time, we started receiving recognition from institutions like ZICTA, the Global Entrepreneurship Summit, and even Harvard University. The funny part is years earlier, I had applied to Harvard and did not make it. So to return years later to stand on that stage and receive an entrepreneurship award and a $25,000 grant, that was one of life's beautiful ironies. But even then, when I look back at that period, the common thread was never whether we were an e-commerce company or a bus ticketing company. It was always about the process, using technology to solve inefficiencies. And where there is inefficiency, there is opportunity. And that has always been our DNA at Dot Com Zambia. Then came 2015, a defining year in our story. It was the year that I completed our first major investment from Kokula Capital and eVentures Africa Fund. That was a game changer, not just because of the capital, but because it showed that others believed in what I was building. It brought a new level of structure, governance, and partnership into the business. So let's fast forward to 2017, the year that everything changed. Back then, if you passed through a toll plaza in Zambia, there was only one way to pay: cash. It was inefficient for toll operators and frustrating for road users, especially for companies with fleets of vehicles that had to deal with bulk cash handling and the lack of proper expense reporting. We saw an opportunity to fix that. And so we built something new. It was a prepaid eToll system with smart cards that replaced cash payments. That was our breakthrough. And little did we know, we were building the foundation for something much bigger. Over time, as adoption grew, Dot Com Zambia would become the largest eToll manager in Zambia, serving over 300 corporate clients, including some of the biggest companies in Zambia. And our revenues grew. They grew from 38 million kwacha in 2018 to over 530 million by 2024. This year, in 2025, we're on track to cross 620 million in revenue. Our profits will exceed 15 million kwacha, and we just paid out our largest dividend to date, over 5.4 million kwacha to our shareholders. That's our performance, past and present. So this is a story we've been writing for 19 years, and it's one we'll keep writing for many more years to come. And why do I say that with such confidence? Well, let's look at the facts. First, we are the largest eToll company in Zambia. We serve the biggest client base in the country, and we are the only platform with unified access across all 31 inland toll plazas. We process more than half of all government eToll revenue on behalf of the NRFA, as well as all the transactions at the privately operated toll plazas who use our systems to run their eTolls. Second, there is still massive room to grow. E-tolling today represents about 30% of what is now an over 5 billion kwacha market. Our focus is now finding ways to reach the remaining 70% paying by cash by improving the quality of our product and making it more attractive to road users. Finally, there's also the external factors at play. A good example is the increase in toll prices that was announced in the recent 2026 budget. All things being equal, this should lift our revenues to over 800 million kwacha in 2026. That's the foundation we've built, one that is solid, scalable, and still expanding. Naturally, every investor wants to know our business plan. Where's the business going? What does the next 5 years look like? Our plan is built around 4 pillars. Pillar number 1 is the one we've already spent a bit of time talking about, e-tolling. It's our anchor product, and there's still plenty of room to grow. Pillar number 2 is a reminder that we are first and foremost a technology company. Over the years, we have built intellectual property, systems, and platforms that we continue to refine and repurpose into new opportunities. As we move into this next phase, a significant portion of the IPO funding is being dedicated to research and development that will help us bring new products to market faster and strengthen what we already have. For example, we will try and expand the reach of our e-levy system, which has already been used in some councils to manage levy collections at markets and bus stations, and we want to make it standard across the country. We are also building on our eToll technology by focusing on vehicle identification systems, which open up multiple applications for us, not only in tolling, but in fleet management, access control, and border control, creating entirely new opportunities across transport and logistics. We are also strengthening our tech team to adapt to new technologies like artificial intelligence and use them to deliver more value for our clients. So the next chapter is about building on that foundation with more resources, a stronger team, and the visibility that comes with being a public company. And pillar number 3 is the fuel sector, one of the major opportunities that we see, and the next major project that we will look to launch into the market. Fuel remains one of Zambia's largest industries, worth around 60 billion kwacha, and we see real opportunities to apply our technology, our ideas, and our solutions in this space. Something that helps businesses and consumers manage fuel payments and operations more efficiently. It is a large market and a natural extension of what we do, because we are already in the transportation and logistics sector, supported by clients and relationships we have built over the years. And finally, pillar number 4, which is about using the capital markets to achieve our long-term ambition. The IPO is just the beginning. It allows us to think more broadly about what we can do in the years to come, whether it's funding regional expansion, pursuing an acquisition. Imagine us buying a business in another country or supporting new innovation. The capital market gives us the flexibility to act when the right opportunity arises. For example, imagine a public-private partnership opportunity emerging in Zambia, one that is within our core business and requires a $30 million or a 700 million kwacha investment. Being a listed company means we will have the credibility and the capacity to raise that capital, as well as execute and deliver on that project. This is one of the major reasons we are going public, because the capital markets can accelerate our growth. It is how we move from being the small company that we are today to a mid-sized company and ultimately to a large company in the years ahead. Now, I've already spoken about our processes and our performance, but before I close, let me go back to the most important P of all, the people. I might be the one delivering this address today and sharing all the wonderful things that we have done. But the truth is, great things in business are never done by one person. They are done by a team of people, from our board of directors to our management team, to our partners and our staff. These are the people who have made this journey possible. They are the reason we have come this far, and they will be the reason we will keep moving forward. And while this group of people may not fall under the same category, I cannot forget our customers, because at the end of the day, the customer is the most important part of our story. Every customer who has trusted us with their business, with their hard-earned money, they have played a role in getting us to where we are today. And for that, I will always be grateful. Let me conclude. Over the next 3 to 4 years, our focus is simple. We are going to keep scaling what works, and we are going to bring new products to market. We expect our eToll revenue to continue growing and cross the 1 billion kwacha mark by 2027. And we will launch our e-fuel business, where our objective is to reach 1 billion kwacha in fuel sales in 3 years. Alongside that, we'll keep finding ways to leverage our existing technology and intellectual property. All of this will strengthen our performance, improve our profitability, and build long-term value for our shareholders. The question for you and for our shareholders then becomes, how much more valuable could this company be in the years ahead? Now, let's take a step back and ask, why back a small technology company? After all, we will be the first company in Zambia to list on the alternative market, a space designed for smaller, fast-growing businesses like ours. Look at the companies that inspire us right here on the Luce, CEC, Zambeef, and others, and even globally, giants like Amazon and Google. The question is always the same. When was the best time to invest in them? When they were still small, hungry, and building. That is the opportunity before you today. Because when a technology company gets it right, the runway to growth is much shorter. We do not need factories, land, or heavy infrastructure. We can act faster, scale quicker, and turn ideas into results far sooner than most industries ever could. And that's the journey we are inviting you to join. So join us when we go public by investing in us. Do it when the prospectus is released. Read it carefully, understand the details, the risk, and the opportunities, then follow the application instructions. Join us by using our products, both the ones we offer today and the ones still to come. Every time you use them, you help strengthen and grow the ecosystem that you now own a part of. And finally, join us by championing our story. Tell your friends, your family, your workplace to use our solutions. Be proud to stand behind a company you own, and those are the shareholders that I want. Now, this is a historic moment. We are now Dot Com Zambia PLC, a public limited company. And this moment is bigger than us. It's about transforming how Zambian businesses grow when ordinary people pool their capital and build something bigger together. Because imagine what happens next if what we have done inspires others to come together, to put their resources into mining, into agriculture, into energy. It becomes proof of what is possible when Zambians invest in Zambians. I began this journey in 2006. Along the way, incredible people joined, each adding something new that made us stronger. And now in this new chapter, we get to do it together with all of you. So my request to you is simple. If you believe in what we are building, in the vision, the people, and in the process that defines our business model, if you have seen the performance of what we have done and have confidence in what we will do tomorrow, then take a moment to reflect. Because at the very beginning, I asked you one simple question. You've now heard the story. You've seen the evidence. You understand the opportunity. Now the next chapter is in front of us. So join us for that next chapter of our journey. Be part of what comes next.